We now have the tools to follow the money. We can see what is happening and what is being planned in real time.
Listen, man, you're going to hear it for yourself. I'm going to show you a video where Deputy Minister Chrystia Freeland froze all the truckers that was protesting the blockades up there in Canada. She froze all their accounts. I told y'all exactly what's going to happen once everything go cashless. Now check this out. You finna hear it for yourself. Please pay attention.
The emergency measures we put in place are being used. They are having an impact, and they will have a growing impact in the days to come. Since Monday's announcement, I've spoken directly with the heads of our major banks and with the director of FinTrack. My cabinet colleagues and I are meeting regularly, very regularly, including with the commissioner of the RCMP, to discuss next steps. But do not doubt our determination to act, to defend our democracy, to defend our democracy. Your truck is being used in these protests. Your corporate accounts will be frozen. The insurance on your vehicle will be suspended. The consequences are real, and they will bite. We now have the tools to follow the money. We can see what is happening and what is being planned in real time.
I told y'all, this is why they wanted everything to go cashless. This
position, and I think that we will go from a point where we start seeing things that's one of the safety issues that people say. It's like, oh, it's going to go boom, and the AI is going to take over the world. There's a lot of reasons I don't think that's a credible position, and I think that there's a lot of reasons I don't think that's a credible position, and I think that we will go from a point where we start seeing things that credibly look like animals' behaviors and have a human voice box wired into them. Like I tried to get Elon to say, it's like your pig in Neuralink, give it a human voice box and let it start learning human words. I think that I think animal intelligence is closer to human intelligence than a lot of people like to think, and I think that culture and modalities of IO are make the gulf seem a lot bigger than it actually is. There's just that smooth spectrum of how the brain developed and cortexes and scaling of different things going on there.
Cultural modalities of IO. Yes, language is sort of lost in translation, conceals a lot of intelligence. And so when you think about signs of life for AGI, you're thinking about human interpretable signs.
So the example I give, if we get to the point where you got a learning disabled toddler, some kind of real special needs child that can still interact with their favorite TV show and video game and can be trained and learn in some appreciably human-like way, at that point, you can deploy an army of engineers, cognitive scientists, developmental education people, and A/B testing, and you can find a golden path through a curriculum of different things. If you get to that point, learning disabled toddler, I think that it's going to be a done deal.
But do you think we'll know it when we see it? So there's been a lot of really interesting general learning progress from DeepMind, OpenAI a little bit too. I tend to believe that Tesla Autopilot deserves a lot more credit than it's getting. On doing the multitask learning thing and increasing the number of tasks and automating that process of learning from the edge, discovering the edge cases and learning from the edge cases. It's really approaching from a different angle the general learning problem of AGI. But the more clear approach comes from DeepMind, where you have these kind of game situations and you build systems.
I fundamentally don't care. I mean, I don't care if they don't believe it. When it starts doing people's jobs, and I don't care about the philosophical zombie argument at all.
Absolutely. But do you think you will notice that something special has happened here? Because to me, I've been noticing a lot of special things. I think a lot of credit should go to DeepMind for Alpha Zero. That was truly special. Those self-play mechanisms solve problems that used to be thought unsolvable, like the game of Go.
Of the Truth Zone. This is your host, Truth Seeker here. I would ask that you would just like the video, comment down below, and if you're new here, subscribe to the channel. All your support is appreciated. But Donut Factory actually first pointed this out, and I just also wanted to reach out to my audience regarding this matter. Because I know there might be some people that's not subscribed to Donut Factory. You should go check them out too. I'll leave a link in the description for his channel where he originally talked about this. But all of these musicians are out of nowhere canceling tours. And it's for the months ahead, for like September, October, November, etc., etc. And it just really makes you question and wonder and sit back and just ask yourself, why are these people all canceling these tours? Now you're probably like, truth, what does it matter? They're a bunch of, celebrities, etc., etc. Who cares? And you're right, because it's nothing but a bunch of brainwashing. But we see how they promote things such as the metaverse and how you can even go to concerts in the metaverse. And we even seen that at the VMAs with some of the performances. They were talking about that, like the Eminem and Snoop Dogg. So it really makes you wonder what is coming. Why are all of these musicians canceling tour dates for the months ahead, blaming it on health reasons or they just need time away and things of that nature? It makes you really wonder what is coming. And we see also, I've already talked about, but I'll talk about it again, and you can check in the previous videos about all this, but how the Vatican is moving all their assets by September 30th, and there's even talks and murmurings of a debt jubilee happening. So it really makes you wonder what is coming, so then they can crash everything and bring in their new monetary system, which is going to be a digital currency. I've talked about this before. I've uploaded videos about this before. It's going to be a digital currency. And people think, Bitcoin is going to save me, or any of these other digital currencies are going to save me. They're not going to be controlled, but they are controlled. It's just another false illusion, another false reality put in place, just like the whole VR, virtual reality agenda. So I don't know. It's just some crazy times. We see how Justin Bieber's canceling his tour dates, blaming it on health reasons. Wink, wink. And I kind of wonder what caused some of that, and I'll just fill in the lines here and there and let you put two and two together with that one, because of a certain thing that happened with him that he got. But it just makes you wonder what's coming. These next couple of months are going to be very telling. You even have some Christian artists, I believe, canceling tours, like Lecrae's label, Reach Records, canceled they're calling it their Unashamed Tour 2.0. It was supposed to be for this fall. They're canceling that. Now, it could be all one big coincidence, I'm not, 100% sure on any of this. It's just, you got to question things. I will leave the discussion to you, though.
I'm not going to sway you one way or the other. I'm just discussing things. It's going to be up to you to decide what is true, what is fake. I'm just giving you information. I'm just researching things. But at the end of the day, it is your choice to believe what you're going to believe.
Hello, you're listening to Hugo Talks. Thou shalt not worship false idols. You've heard of that saying before. That saying, it originates from the Bible. It's mentioned a few times in there. And what we are seeing now, over the last couple of days, with the Queen and her recent death and these queues of people, and this bowing and people getting down on their knees, is very much looking like that. I mean, since the Queen has been lying in the coffin, lying in state, where the public can come and walk past her. I mean, if you watch it on the live stream, watching it for a while last night, it's a curious thing to behold, seeing these people getting upset, crying, and nearly everyone bowing their head and getting down to their knees, some of them. I mean, the bowing of the head is very much a sign of worship, as well as respect. It states here that people can visit day and night, and it says here that the queue is nearly now 5 miles long, with an estimated waiting time of 8 hours. Is this for real? Come on. Here's a clip of the queue, okay? It says here that officials expect there to be possibly 750,000 people to view the coffin. Now, if that is true, and we have to bear in mind, whatever these people say, you shouldn't trust it, as they love to exaggerate things. What was it in Scotland? They reckon there was 33,000 people who viewed the coffin. Of course it would be 33,000, always got to be 33. And even if we were to believe those numbers, it's still the minority in a country of 67 million population. I mean, what's the percentage? What's that, 2% of the population? I mean, what we are seeing are the monarchists, the people who watch too much television, those easily influenced and manipulated by emotional propaganda, those who follow the crowd. It is quite the sight, though, to see so many people crying, upset, bowing their heads to someone they never knew, probably never met. One of the biggest landowners in the world, entire life surrounded by riches beyond belief, living in palaces and castles, waited on by servants 24/7, all the time continuously taking money from the poor, from those 67 million people in the UK. As I said in the video, the mother of all psyops has begun. They have brainwashed these people into thinking they have given you some kind of service, but it's you who serves them. And this bowing, people putting their hands together as to pray and bow, people crossing themselves, is both fascinating to watch and also kind of depressing. It's not even like you can see anything. I mean, is there even a body in there? I mean, who knows? I would query that. But this bowing, crossing yourself, the queuing for hours, this is pretty much
The Truth Zone. I would ask that you just like the video, comment down below, subscribe to the channel if you're new here, and of course hit the bell icon so you can be notified whenever I upload any new content. And the purge is coming to Illinois, basically, starting in January 2023.
Illinois will be the first state in the nation to end cash bail starting next year. And that is sparking a concern that more criminals could be out on the street.
Brady Trimble is in the loop and breaks down this law, which is called the Safety Act.
A number of states' attorneys and sheriffs are sounding the alarm about Illinois' plan to end cash bail. They say it's going to make crime in the state of Illinois worse. The new law that goes into effect January 1st, 2023, gets rid of cash bail entirely. It also limits who can be arrested and held in jail based on the crime they're alleged to have committed. The Democrats who voted for this law say it's more equitable.
You've been denied a bond because you're dangerous, which is good. Let's deny dangerous people bonds. But if they have a bond, we're saying you're not dangerous. We're just going to keep you in jail because you're poor.
But those in law enforcement who oppose it say it'll lead to hundreds, if not thousands of people being released from jail as soon as it goes into effect at the beginning of the year. They also say it'll make our communities more dangerous with suspects in future crimes roaming free.
There is nothing just, and there's nothing, promoting safety about allowing individuals who choose to break the law to threaten and to hurt innocent people, allow them back on the streets to do it again. That's the opposite of justice, and that's the opposite of promoting safety within our community.
The new law comes at a time when businesses are already leaving the city of Chicago, some of them over safety concerns. Crime in the city is up 37% from a year ago. In the Loop, Grady Trimble, Fox 32, Chicago.
This is basically going to be a real-life purge coming to pass. Look at all of these crimes that you can basically get away with. Aggravated battery, aggravated DUI, aggravated fleeing, arson, burglary, drug-induced homicide, intimidation, kidnapping, robbery, second-degree murder, and threatening a police officer, either way, same thing. These are some crazy, crazy times that we are in. All I could say is if you're in the Illinois area, I recommend getting out of that area before it's too late. But I wouldn't be surprised if more states start to pass similar laws, because this is all about the collapse of the society as we know it, as we march towards the Great Reset Agenda 2030. As always, leave your thoughts down below. I welcome all opinions. What do you think about all of this going on?